You were saying it if you start Shador, and that's when your phone overheated. Tom, finish with your thought. There?
I don't know exactly where he lost me, so let me say this.
Yes.
The hardest thing that the Browns can do is start one of the rookies, just because you're talking about guys who went in the third and fifth round for a variety of different reasons, including the style of offense that they're coming from. You're talking about ramping them up, devoting enough reps to those guys through the course of the training camp and the preseason to feel comfortable with them, which are reps then you're not giving to the veterans here. And also trying to overcome the fact that in Shador Sanders' case, he comes in behind, just in terms of the type of offense, the way that they geared it toward him at Colorado, the number of negative plays that he had. We know he's very tough. He's very accurate. But you're talking about asking a guy to do things that he just didn't have to do at the college level. Dillon Gabriel, who they drafted 2 rounds before that, let's say Dillon Gabriel is the best quarterback coming out of training camp. Well, the moment Dillon Gabriel, trips up here, guess what's going to happen? People are going to be calling for Shador. If you go back to 2012, the Seahawks take Russell Wilson in the 3rd round. It was bumpy in the early portion of the season here, but what were they going to do? Bench Russell Wilson and put in Matt Flynn or Tavares Jackson? They didn't have the bright, shiny object there. And if you put Shador onto the field, are you really setting him up for success, knowing that there's a growth process that he needs to go through here? So I know that, there was news made of him getting a speeding ticket for going 101 miles an hour. What I've heard in terms of him being in the building has been all positive. They really like Shador. He works hard. He's got a good personality. All that stuff has been good. There are probably things, we talked about this, Rich, a lot before the draft, where, again, I'm not blaming this incident on anything else, but it's, the questions were about how's he going to do when he gets outside of the environment of having his dad there with him all the time? How is he going to do when there's different accountability structures here? He said all the right things. He's done the right things in the building. You'd like him to make better choices, obviously, off the field. Maybe this is just a very early kind of wake-up call that, hey, these things are going to happen. You can't do that, Rich, if you're any quarterback in particularly when you're a 5th-round pick, who, if your name weren't Shador Sanders, would be going, is that guy even going to make the team? I don't think that's going to influence the decision here. It's something that I'm sure they've addressed internally, but it's all part of the growth process he's got to go through here. I would say it's wide open. There is no decision made in Cleveland. It could go a lot of different directions. If Shador is the best quarterback by far in training camp, could he be the starter week 1? Sure. I would just say it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest option of the options the Browns have in front of them.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.